Yes, people. Welcome back to another edition of the ManDem United podcast on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube, brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. And what does my Don Matisse say? Lateness is greatness. It's really not, but it just sounds good in it. But like I start each and every live show on the channel, love to everybody who is supporting Sarcasm City TV in whatever capacity. We continue to grow. So whether you watch just the YouTube or just the Twitch or you watch both, whether you're in the comments on the live show, whether you just have it on in the background, whether you watch the show live back afterwards, however you consume Sarcasm City TV content, it's much appreciated and it does not go unnoticed. But please make sure, whether you're watching this live right now or you are watching this back afterwards, hit the like button on the video. Vitally important you do that. Share it across all the socials. You can go to my Twitter and Instagram. That's me, Flawless. And you can retweet and like from my Twitter, share it from my Instagram. And subscribe to the channel as well, or equally as important, subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV, road to 4K. Hit the notification bell as well. Hit the notification bell when you do that, people. Vitally important. It just all helps the channel continue to grow. And this is the ManDem United podcast where we discuss all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments, questions, Manchester United related. And we're joined here by a special guest, a regular of the ManDem United podcast. For regular watchers of the show, you would have seen him here before. Hilarious Donny. You already know that hilarious Donny works extremely hard on his own channel, innit? Like work rate, very, very consistent. Watch alongs, recaps, previews, and then he even takes time out of his schedule to come over here as well. And also, equally as important, he knows his stuff as well. You know what I'm saying? And always puts together his analogies. And he don't really, what I also like, he's just him. You know what I'm saying? He don't care what you think about what he says or the players in it. He calls a spade, which I like. Doesn't sugarcoat shit. You get what I'm saying? And that doesn't beat around the bush. Man takes a chainsaw to it. Man, like Ivorian is in the building. You telling me, fam?
Big up to you, Flawless, man. Nice introduction. You definitely know, bro. I call a spade, man. I say it how it is. I don't sugarcoat shit for nobody.
Facts.
Yes, a big up to everyone that's tuned in. Remember to subscribe, smash that like button. We're back at it again. I'm back at it again. My second home, I may say, because I've been on this channel more frequently than anyone else's channel. Yeah. So big up to you guys for having me. Big up to you, Flores, for having me. Let's just chop it up and talk about our beloved team. Unfortunately, our beloved team, Manchester United.
Max, 110% and that, 110%. And it is international break, people. And that's why I titled this episode what I titled it, in terms of international break. So as usual, Manchester United players are talking. It seems like when players go away, and this is not just a Manchester United thing, this just seems to be a common theme in international breaks at all the top clubs. More so us and Chelsea, it seems to be. You'll hear stuff from about players from other clubs in terms of interviews, but it seems to always be us. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's Pogba, whether it's Raiola, Luke Shaw said what he said. We've heard, who else has come out and said stuff? Obviously, the Lukaku situation with Chelsea. Werner said something this time on the international break. There always seems to be something going on. And my point with these international breaks is, when these players do these interviews, I don't know what they are trying to accomplish. I don't get it. If we were in January or we're in a summer transfer window and you're trying to engineer a move away, fully understand that. I fully get it 110%. But we are currently in March. By you saying negative things about your club or potential things that can be deemed negative, because no one's outright come and said, sure, I don't think said anything that was like majorly negative. It's just reading the room. Like self-awareness is not key. Somebody please put the Luke Shaw comments, his quotes in the comments, please, because I'm going to try and find them myself. But I don't get it. I don't realize why players are trying to do this currently. I know United don't have nothing to play for, but why? I'm saying it's not going to help you. It doesn't help your teammates. It don't help your managers. It don't help your manager. It don't help the fans. Like, it don't help the fans get behind you, type of thing. You don't encourage. I don't understand the positive. There's zero positives to doing interviews on international break. I've never heard one in my entire time of watching football and been like, yeah, this interview was good. Never. But players go away and decide, I'm gonna say everything. You know what I'm saying? I can't say when I'm at Manchester United, but when I'm on England, it's safe. What's your thoughts on that? Just the international break and players doing what they do.
It's funny how when they just leave their normal camp and go into the international break, they start talking and start opening their lips, man. I think they probably feel like our international break is a safe space for us to talk about how we truly feel about our current club, our current situation, how happy we are. But it's funny because it's always international break. Why can't you say it when you're at Manchester United? Why can't you speak with your chest like I do when I speak with my chest? Don't sugarcoat anything. Why can't you tell us the real truth at Manchester United? It's funny how with our own players, you know, you got Labile, my beloved Labile. He's always speaking about his future outside of Manchester United, which I sometimes I'm like thinking, boy, tell us in front of our face, man. We know you want to leave. We know you want to progress with your career. Like I understand, Flawless understands. There's no hide. There's no need to hide it. Just tell us the truth. Like, just be like, you know what, boom. But tell us to our face, I mentioned, not when you're playing for France, because then it just makes things worse. It makes you look like a horrible human being. Same thing with Luke Shaw with his safe space where he feels he's at home at England. He can be his natural self. Try to be your natural self at your normal comfort zone for once, man. With Luke Shaw is a funny thing because I've seen him for 7-8 years, bro. And those 8 years, I've seen one good season. So it's funny how he only finds his safe space in England. You've just recently got to the English team, not long ago. So how is that your safe space, bro?
It's because he's not safe here. He don't feel safe here. And I've literally got the comments up, so I'm gonna like read them out and go through them because I'm just like, lack of self-awareness is crazy. Lack of self-awareness is crazy. Like football is really simple, people. Fans are fickle, including myself. If you perform well and help your team win and help your team win trophies, we'll like you. If you don't perform well and you underperform and your team goes 5 years without a trophy, going on 6, then you're going to receive criticism. It's really that simple. Like it's black or white. Like there's no gray area with it. Play well, win trophies, bring us success, the fans will love you. Don't play well, bring us no success, the fans will criticize you and dislike you, especially when you've been here that entire time. The entire time we've gone without a trophy, you've been here. And trophies we've won in the past, I don't think you've been a part of, like in the Europa League final. I know you didn't play in the Europa League final, but I'm not sure how many games you played leading up to that. Because I know obviously him and Mourinho didn't get on. So we won the last 2 trophies we won. We weren't really, like you weren't really involved like that. I can't remember the FA Cup, but to my knowledge, I know Van Gaal wasn't playing you like week in, week out type of thing. Like someone in the comments will correct me if I'm wrong. And it's just a lack of self-awareness. Oh, I want to be loved. Right. You want to be loved, win. How about that's all it takes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and you know what,
it's not a relationship where like you have to where it's like everybody's different and you have to gauge what your partner likes by talking to them and asking questions because we all like different things. Football it really is that simple, yo. Just win. Why do Liverpool fans love the likes of Salah and Trent and Robertson and Van Dijk, etc.? Because their man win trophies. Why do City fans like the likes of De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva and Mahrez and Sterling? Because their man have won them trophies. It's really not difficult. Same with the Chelsea lot. The reason why the Chelsea lot like your Thiago Silvas and Jorginhos and Kantes, because their man have win them trophies. It's really, really not that difficult. So here's what he said. So he said, for me, it's about enjoyment. This is Luke Shaw, by the way, people. For me, it's about enjoyment, playing games with a smile on my face. It's always important to feel like you're wanted. I'm not saying I don't at Manchester United, but especially here, the way things are, I feel wanted. I enjoy my football. The big part of football is enjoyment. So we're just gonna stop there. We're just gonna stop there. You know what I'm saying? And let's just hold the phone. Lack of self-awareness. The reason why you don't feel wanted and loved at Manchester United because you've underperformed for 90% of your career here. You've been here 8-9 years and have performed well once in terms of a whole season. One time where we can say, yo, Luke Shaw had a good season. And you're one of the highest paid left backs in the country. You're one of the highest paid left backs in Europe. The left backs around you are clear of you in terms of the likes of Robertson, in terms of the likes of Cancelo, in terms of the likes, even Chilwell. You know what I'm saying? And then there's other left backs, if we keep going down the list, who all we can argue is better than you. Like we've seen Bruno Fernandes with the ball and you've refused to overlap. You know what I'm saying? We've watched you be a part. Like you, Luke Shaw is the poster child for everything, and this is going to sound harsh, but he is the poster child for everything that is currently wrong at Manchester United. He's an example of it. So I'm not blaming him I'm not blaming him entirely, people. I'm saying he's a prime example of the problems, because nowhere else at the top level of anything, never mind professional football, could you underperform for so long and still keep your job. If so Chelsea ain't having that, City ain't having that, Liverpool ain't having that, Real Madrid ain't having that, Bayern Munich ain't having that. They're the 5 best teams in Europe. And that's the group we aspire to get into, is to go and compete with the 3 English teams in the Premier League, go and compete in the Champions League with those 3 and Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. This is the reason. And then people act surprised when the likes of myself and Ivorian are not confident going into games, or not confident going into seasons, or, oh, you man are negative. No, because we have the likes of Luke Shaw, who he can't believe. The fact is, he doesn't understand why he's not loved at Manchester United. That's crazy to me. That is wild. He doesn't get it. How can you not understand this?
Do you know what?
He's a football fan, so it's like you should know these things. It's not like it's a job to you. I swear he's a Chelsea fan, so you know these things. Yeah, go on, Ivorian.
Do you know what's so funny is like the fact that you can clearly see these players that we have there don't understand the self-realization of their own performance. Like they're surprised when you're telling them you've been playing shit like raw. So I don't have been playing shit. I didn't even know that. I thought I was playing all right. You got people like McTominay that all of a sudden has an attitude when you told him that you're not doing certain things, right? Things that you can improve in your game. He's there looking at you like he's better than you, like he doesn't deserve any criticism, that he shouldn't improve. So with Luke Shaw's comment there, yeah, I just find it so funny. You know what's so salty about that comment? Because it was very sly and I even so insulted. The fact that he says that, I'm not saying I don't at Man United, but here, the way things are, I feel wanted and enjoying my football. You're basically saying you're not happy at Manchester United.
Yeah,
you didn't have to say it's not like I'm saying I'm not happy at Manchester United. You clearly are, bro. You clearly are saying that. That's the funny thing, that he doesn't understand what he's saying. Like, actually, if he's unable to self-realize his own performance, so he's unable to realize his own comments that he's currently saying. Luke Shaw, it's just a funny thing for me, because for 9 years, I was excited at first. We all was excited when we first saw Luke Shaw coming through, and when Man United signed him. And after he broke his leg, we understood, yes, he broke his leg. He needs some time to come back. Then he done it again. Yeah. Then the second time was like, all right, cool. But it's been three years now, and we still ain't seen a brave Luke Shaw that bombs down the left wing, just crossing the ball in, taking risks like everyone loves saying, taking chances, because he's not doing that. And just being consistent and just competitive in general. You didn't need someone else to come in to just make you competitive. Playing at Manchester United itself should make you competitive enough to say that I need to be on my ball game every game. I can't slack. And that's a lot of things that's happened in a lot of players. They don't look at Man United and think, yeah, I need to be on my ball game every single match day. I can't slack. And that's the culture that Manchester United have brought into the mentality of the players. They can slack. That's another topic. But with Luke Shaw, bro, even with the contract situation, doesn't deserve it. No one deserves a contract renewal, because that's just clearly telling me that we're rewarding failures after a failed season. Huh? Let's hold on about it. Think about it for next season. Get the new manager in, and then let them play next season for those who will stay, and then assign new contracts. That's the only thing that upsets me about our club as well. It shows how badly run we are.
Well, yeah, we're gonna get into the new contract, because there's him, there's Bruno, there's Rashford. Obviously, there's what Rooney said about Rashford as well. So we're gonna get into all of that. Continue to get your questions in. It can be about any of the topics I just named, or it can be something else Manchester United related. Let me run through some of the comments as well. Big up to Uglygram, to big up lads, Latchup Surfer in a cut as well. Big up my guy Snoop in the building. Also Daniel as well, who recently became a member again. So if you want to join the membership, link is underneath in the description. Big up Raquel, who says, big up Uncle Lewis, man, don't care about them NDAs. Oh, yeah, we're going to get into LVG's comments as well. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. LVG and the whole team up. Luke Shaw, I just can't. He's 6 months of great form, and he's chatting bumper hole. You right. And now one that I disagree with. So he says, flawless, he must enjoy playing for England, because England do win anything. First of winning is the name of game. England don't win anything, though. Be my thing. England don't win anything. They might win games, yeah, but they don't win anything overall. And you know what? If he's unhappy, yeah, because Ivorian made the point, he didn't say he's unhappy, but he's saying he's unhappy. Leave. I have no qualms with you leaving. Same with the Rashford situation when he said, "Oh, I was bemused I'm bemused as to why I'm not playing because you've been performing poorly." And he's like, "Oh, I don't know. The lack of game time is an issue. I don't know if I should stay. If you want to leave, feel free. I have no issue. Like you man are a major part of why we haven't won anything. A major part. It's not solely on those two, but have they played their parts? Yes. Because when you look at some of our disappointing, just look at the fact we haven't won a trophy in 5 years. That tells you all you need to know. And yet, rather than say, you know what, we need to do better, is I'm gonna leave. I don't feel happy here. I'm not loved by the fans.
That's the mentality of these men, you know. Like things are not going well, or I want to leave. Like you remind me of certain men at work that when nothing goes well, they just want to quit their job. Like, is that what you are, a quitter?
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. Oh, that's what you're saying. I'm saying he's happy at England because England is not winning anything, bro. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying, Wonder. Now I hear that. Kel says, "Yo, zero self-awareness is wild." Legend, my guy Eddie says, "Big up my dogs. Leave a like and subscribe to Sarcasm City TV and Red United TV for the fire content people." Yes, make sure you go do that. I'm gonna tag Ivorian's channel in the title as well. But yeah, it's just the lack of self-awareness. Like that's why I paused there after he said what he said. So it's just like, yo, it's just wild. For me, it's about enjoyment, playing games with a smile on my face. It's always important to feel like you're wanted. I'm not saying I don't at Manchester United, but especially here. Yeah, that is you saying, yeah, I don't feel loved. If you don't feel loved,
he's also highlighting the fact that things are not going great at Manchester United because he likes to play football with a smile on his face. So at Manchester United, you're playing football with a saddened face. So it just highlights what's really going on in the dressing room. Players are not happy. Yep. So that's a little insight there for those who's thinking or wondering what's going on at Old Trafford. Luke Shaw's just snitched. He just snitched.
I'm where cool with you leaving, fam. There's no issue. Like I have no qualms, no problems with you if you want to dip. Like it's really not no issue in that, fam. You've underperformed for too long. Like I've not wanted you here for yonks, and then people got gassed because he had 6 months. And it's like, oh, sure, Roberto Carlos and all this. And then it's like, yo, he's just come back to his usual self. You know what I'm saying? He's gone back to his usual self. It's crazy. Yo, hit the like button if you haven't. Make sure you do that. Let's run up these likes, people. Run up these likes. Like, this was interesting as well. Like, I was surprised about this. So, Wayne Rooney, I believe, let me know if this is correct, people. Obviously, this is Sarcasm City TV. So, take everything you hear in terms of news with a pinch of salt, people. Like, but this is what I heard because I thought it was fake, but I've seen the likes of ESPN tweeting about it. So Wayne Rooney where was he at? Where are we at? Hold up, let me just check so I make sure to get this right. So Rooney was at some event on Saturday night, and he says he was talking about Marcus Rashford. So he says to get the record to be Manchester United's highest goal scorer, it's fucking massive, but I hope the record is broken. What I hope is that Marcus Rashford fucking gets his head out of his ass and goes to break the record. He's a Manchester lad. Jesus. Sounds like one of us talking. Jesus. That's crazy. Your thoughts on that? Because like I said, I seen it. I thought it was fake. But it seems like it was an actual real quote and he said that.
It sounds Scouserish, bro. Sounds like what a Scouser will say, especially with the swearing inside it in the middle of everything. No, it's true though. That's why I believe it. Because like, yeah, Rooney said that there's swearing involved. It definitely Rooney. Scouser talk right there. But yeah, no. Honestly speaking, Rooney is absolutely right. This guy, Marcus Rashford, needs to get his head out the gutter and start sorting his form out. Rooney ain't capping. Let's be real, because I remember Rooney saying before he left Manchester United, he pointed at Marcus Rashford saying that he could potentially break the Manchester United record. So he wants to stand by his words, say, yo, bro, don't let me down, bro. Man, put credit on your name, with my blessings. So you better not let me down. So definitely, Rooney said that. I believe it. Rashford needs to sort himself out. We all know that he needs to. It's whether, again, like we said earlier on, self-awareness. It's whether he's aware, because all of a sudden he wants to leave because he's not getting game time. So he's unaware that he's been playing shit. That he's unaware that the reason why he's being dropped is because he's been playing shit. Yeah. So like, be aware of that. And then all of a sudden you want to leave because you want more minutes, bruh. And look at here, your own friend, your own idol, Wayne Rooney is telling you need to get your head in the game. So that's another sign that you need to be aware of your performance. You know, your own idol said you need to you need to get your head in the game and get yourself out the gutter. So with Rashford right there, if that's not enough for him to understand that he's not been playing well, then I don't know what can help him in the future. I want if Ronaldinho wants to come out and say he needs to step up, maybe he looks towards him. Ronaldo's already spoken into his ears, and you've heard Ronaldo say that some of these young bucks don't listen. You know?
They don't.
I'm not saying he said. I'm not saying he said Rashford, guys. Don't take my word for it. You know. I'm just an instigator. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just saying, like, it could have been certain men like Rashford, you know, that wasn't listening. Certain young bucks. So you get me. So if he can't listen to Ronaldo and he's not listening to Rooney, then I don't know who else he can take that into. What do you think, Flawless?
Yo, it's mad. Like I said, I thought it was one of them where, you know, the fake accounts that be flowing around social media, the fake quotes that be flowing around social media. But he actually said this, and I'm glad it came from Rooney rather than somebody else, because people wouldn't have taken it as serious. Like, this is major that Rooney's saying this, because Rooney's not the type to that's strong criticism. To say you need to get your head out of your fucking ass. He's not been like, all right, maybe you can turn it around. Maybe it's on the manager. United's in a difficult situation. He's giving no excuses. He's thrown him he hasn't gone out there with the lifeboat. He's not throwing the rubber ring, nothing. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, swim. That's what he's telling. He's like, you can swim, get your head out your fucking ass and break the record. You're a Manchester lad. I don't know how much more motivation you could need. Whether Rashford had it or not. I've said this, I think Rashford at best at Manchester United is a squad player. Because he's declined like an old player. It's not like he's hit. It's like he's hit like 33, 34, but he's out of his prime. And then his performances have just dipped. But it's like he's only 23, 24. So I don't like Rashford's an old man. And it seems he can't do anything anymore. And it's sad to see. Like, what I'm saying, I'm talking the basics, just like closing down. You know what I'm saying? With intensity. Just closing down a fullback, closing down a defender, making a tackle, just running in behind. All the stuff that we like from Alanga. He used to do that. He was Alanga before Alanga. Like, scoring important goals, running in behind, tracking back. You know, just all the basics you want to see before you get to all the special attributes of a player about his passing and his shooting and his touch and his turn and his link-up play and all this stuff. Like, we've seen Brandon Williams do it to Luke Shaw. Ironically, we were just talking about. And then when Brandon Williams actually was in the first 11 and replaced Luke Shaw for that period of time, he was just doing the basics. Tackling, closing down, overlapping, beating his chest, just showing passion. And that's all we ask for. If you're limited, is to do the best with your limited talent. Because that cameo against Atletico Madrid is one of the worst cameos I've ever seen. One of the worst cameos I've ever seen. 44% pass accuracy. 44%. And as I'm on the watch along and Rashford's coming on, I'm like, all right, prove me wrong. You know what I'm saying? I want you to shut me up and shut everybody up. And if he comes on and has a stellar performance in that game and scores a goal or gets an assist or helps us through that tie, the whole narrative switches. Because it's like, right, Rashford turned up in a big game, but you were awful. Just controlling the ball and passing the ball 5 yards. He don't even do the basics no more. And what makes that worse is he's not even trying to do the basics. Like, match of the day, when we got beat by City and he came off the bench, match of the day did but they did analysis on it. And just him just not even running. It's like, yo, you're off the bench. One thing we used to say about your criticism was, he used to dribble down blind alleys. He's trying too hard. And it's like, we prefer that than this version. But his confidence is shot. His confidence is shot, and that shows. His confidence, he's finished. Finito. And I believe he is. He's not like a Bruno who has a rational confidence. Because Bruno will keep trying things regardless. Whether he's playing 0 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, Bruno will still pick up the ball from 25 yards and have a shot. He don't care. He's that type of player. Whereas Rashford is not. And we're seeing that. And yeah, man, this is damning of Rooney, but he didn't say anything wrong. Whether I put it in those words, no, but everyone said, yo, you need to book up your ideas, but maybe, just maybe, it is a skill level thing. Maybe it's not mentally, of course, plays an impact. But does he have it? I'm not too sure.
Also, one thing that I have to say to add to the whole Marcus Rashford thing, I somehow feel like is the whole injuries that he's gained over the last couple of months. has really had a real impact on him. So again, it's shown on the pitch as well, and his confidence level is shot down because of that as well. So he's not the player that he used to be. The rapid Marcus Rashford that we saw 2 years ago, that would actually run you down the alley as well at times. It's not always the case most of the time. Yeah, he's lost all of that. He's lost all that, and I definitely think it's down to those injuries and those surgeries that he had to have, and that again, I have to blame one person for that, but let's not talk about that. But definitely, in my own opinion, yeah, Rashford's injuries has taken a toll on him straight away. It's clear to see, man. Some players, again, after these type of surgeries that he's had, legs, shoulders, I don't even know what else he had, like calves injuries. You're not gonna be yourself for about a good 6-7 months, and it's the same thing. It's showing with Marcus Rashford. So Rashford next season again, although I've had enough of him, he's a Manchester United lad, as Rooney said. He's a squad player in my opinion now. Let's see what he can do next season as a squad player or as a guy that's involved in the first team, whichever way. Let's see what he does next season. Let's see if those injuries just, stop impacting him, because I still feel like it's the injuries that's taken a lot of effect, including his confidence. That the fact that he's seen himself on the bench, he's not used to it. He's never been used to being on the bench. It's not normal for him. So, and then all this criticism that's coming towards his way, like I was the one that was saying that, yeah, the impact of what happened in the summer, the whole racial thing took an impact, and like he shouldn't use it as an excuse. But again, I'm here saying that, yeah, that does take an effect, yeah, and all this fans getting at him as well right now, it's getting to him.
Yes,
clearly getting to him, and I'm not saying here to make you feel sorry for him and say, no, allow it, Alvarez, but you know what, Rashford can stay. No, I'm not here to advocate that. If you want him to go, he can go, bro. Because in my opinion, I don't think he's good enough to be here. But still, because he's a Manchester United lad, a bit of sympathy. Let's see what he can do next season. And if he can't cut it next season, get out, bro. That's all I've got to say with Rashford, man.
Fair enough. And one on here says, flawless this season proves to me how soft our players are. We need to sell them and start getting in some bad boy players, no joke. Yeah, we have to, again, this comes back to recruitment. And yes, they have to have the actual talent in terms of the footballing talent, but you also need to have the right mentality as well when you do have setbacks, because you're gonna have setbacks no matter how good you are. You are gonna lose form. There's a high chance that if you're competing at the top level, you might lose your place. You are gonna receive criticism from fans. You're gonna receive criticism from pundits. You're gonna receive criticism from ex-players. How you bounce back is the difference, because how you shut 99.9% of the people up is by performances on the pitch. Rashford has a brilliant end to the season and helps Manchester United achieve top 4. The whole narrative changes. A whole narrative changes on him. The entire narrative is like, Rashford can do something next season. Like the majority of the season is now forgotten if he turns this around from April and helps us. Like, oh shit, remember Rashford towards the back end of last season? Man scored 7 goals in the last 9 games and was absolutely flying. Let's see what he can do next season. And then that changes the look on you going into next season. The new manager coming in is going to look at you different. Ralph's going to look at you different. It changes your England chances as well. So you have the potential to not only play for United, you also then have the World Cup and then come back and play for United again. There's so many things, but he has to turn it around. Hopefully I'm wrong and he can. Hopefully, but yeah, the players are way too the mentality's got to change with our recruitment as well, because this whole how you performing poorly and then Luke Shaw's concerned, doesn't understand why he's not loved. Rashford's been used by a lack of game time. Don't get it. Don't understand. Big up Keenan in the cut as well. Big up Black Diamond. Says big up the Red Evolution. I like that. Mr. Red United in the house. Red United TV. The channel is in the title as well, people. So all you have to do is click it, and this show will keep rolling and open up a new tab, and you can go subscribe to his channel. Black Diamond says like, share, subscribe as you continue to get quality thought-provoking content on a consistent basis. Big up Black Diamond. And he also says, as Rand said, we're living in the soft U era. ManDem need to rise up and rise to ManDem need to man up, and rise to live challenges. They do in this sense, and it's only football. It's not even live challenges. It's football challenges. United have been struck by injuries to their egos. We've noticed that since Ollie's left. You've seen this more frequently because everyone's out of their comfort zone now. Because people are being held accountable for poor performances, and the spotlight's not so much on the manager. Now it's gone to the players. Because when it was Ollie, he's taking the majority of the spotlight. And yes, he was a problem, but he wasn't the only problem. And we got more problems in terms of the playing staff that we need to get rid of. And to me, Luke Shaw falls under that bracket as well. Marcus Rashford's current role. Actually, he's a squad player, so I think he's in the right role. But he still needs to improve regardless to be a squad player. Jabada said it's like he's going through a withdrawal, like when you get off crack. He burst into the scene in a mediocre team at the time and has lost a step, but still looking at high. Yo, I hear that. I hear what you're saying. So as always, like we said at the I said at the very start, international break, players are talking. Also, managers talking as well, and ex-managers. So Van Gaal said, I don't want to misquote him. Misquote what Van Gaal said. I don't, but those that in the chat, no, to me, he wasn't wrong in what he said, but we're going to make, here we go. Where is it? All right. Gee. Let me just make sure I pull up the comments. I don't want to misquote him. So Van Gaal told Ten Hag not to take the Manchester United job as it is a commercial club. Let me quote him correctly. I don't even get the quote. Here we go. Ten Hag is a great coach, and that's always good for Manchester United. But Manchester United are a commercial club, so it's a difficult choice for a coach. He'd better go to a football club. I'm not going to advise him. He'll call me himself. But he must choose a club and not a commercial club. Your thoughts on that, Ivorian? Everybody's saying a lot, you know. Everybody's saying a lot.
If you're not agreeing with Van Gaal right there, I don't know what you've been smoking recently, brother. And I want some of that, bro. If whatever you're smoking that makes you think like that. But yes, bro, that he ain't capping. Let's be honest with you. Manchester United have always been a commercial club ever since Fergie left. Always concentrate on just making money, telling lies, and then making some more money. And when Van Gaal was there, because people can say whatever they like about Louis Van Gaal, he tells it as it is as well. He doesn't sugarcoat things. When he was at Manchester United, he knew exactly what he dealt with. You know the history between him and Ed Woodward. He doesn't like him because Ed Woodward was a commercial man. He's never spoke to him about football, the footballing side of the field. So I can clearly believe what Louis Van Gaal is saying there, which is the truth. Manchester United are a commercial team for many years. They've never been a footballing team. They've never focused on a football team. They talk like they want to focus on the footballing side, but they don't act like that. They never have. It's just always been money, and never think about the football, the stadium, and etc. So now you can see right now the situation with Manchester United. So with Van Gaal, big up to him for saying that. And if Ten Hag as well, I'm very sure he's a smart man and he knows what he's signing up for if he goes to Manchester United. You know, I'm hoping that they somehow, when they get Ten Hag, they go with a footballing strategy that he has and not the commercial side by telling them, yo, let's be real, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now that we've got you on the contract talk, you ain't gonna be contributing to shit. You're just gonna be here to just do yes or no nod. Whenever we say, you say it. You get me, bro? Here's 500 grand a week, bro. Shut up and sign that. If that happens, then we're effed up, bro. So with Ten Hag, we know exactly what he wants. He's a smart man. So I'm just hoping that he comes there and sorts out footballing structure of Manchester United with someone like Ralph Rangnick working alongside him and someone else as a sporting director. But Louis Van Gaal ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. He ain't lying. These men are on a commercial thing. But that needs to change. And that's highlighting it. And I hope that news goes straight into these owners, these people that run the club's ears, and they can start listening to what everyone else's opinion of them is, because these men don't care. Like, they haven't cared like about other people's opinion. I've never understood anyone that just sits there and doesn't care if anyone's saying that they're shit. You know, they're not good at their job for years and years. And just be like, you know what? I don't care. I'm just going to do what I'm doing.
Right. In terms of what Van Gaal said, if fans are upset about it, like, why? Because he didn't say anything wrong. He didn't say anything that was wild. I've spoken on this. Ivorian spoken on this. Many other content creators I've heard speak about this. You lot in the comments, a lot of the regulars I've heard you lot say the same thing as well. We all know Manchester United is a commercial club. I think people just don't like it because it's from Van Gaal and he's an ex-manager. Whereas if Rooney, and this is what I said about Jabana, just took the words out of my mouth. Right message, wrong messenger. Same way Van Gaal would have said what Rooney said about Rashford, people are going to be in uproar. But if Rooney would have said what Van Gaal said, or Rio would have said what Van Gaal said, it wouldn't have been such a big issue. But who cares? You know what I'm saying? And that who cares about the messenger? Did you get the message? The message is correct that we are a commercial club, and that is something that needs to be addressed. And hopefully, if we are indeed interviewing Ten Hag, that is something that is being addressed. Hopefully, him and Ralph are working together. Hopefully, Ralph is currently working on that right now. Hopefully, Myrtle, who seems to be the guy who is trying to change the footballing structure, so you got to give him credit. Hopefully that changes, because we can be critical, but where we have to give Manchester United credit is the Ralph move was a fantastic move in terms of whether you agree or disagree with it. It was a footballing move. When Ollie was sacked, none of us thought we were getting Ralph in. None of us thought, number one, we were getting Ralph in, and number two, none of us thought we'd get Ralph in with a view to him taking up a consultancy role for 2 years. Not a prayer. That's a footballing decision. Whether you agree or disagree with it, that's not commercial whatsoever. The commercial signing would have been short term, would have been a Conte, who I would have took, don't get me wrong, or would have just been to go get Zidane, also who I would like. But they're looking at it more like, they're looking at it from a more long-term standpoint. Because to me, all Ralph is doing is just gathering intel. That's it. He's just gathering information on everything, how the club is run, the board, and specifically the players. So he can go and give that document to that new manager and go, yeah, this player is good at this. This player responds better to criticism. This player responds better to praise. When you get on this player, you don't like it. If you're going to drop this player, do this. Play a certain player in this position. This is a player who's better coming off the bench. This player you want on the pitch to calm things down. Here's the player to put on when you need a goal or when you're trying to create more. There's so much. Because he's literally in the trenches with these, man. Seeing them day in, day out, not only on match days, but training. So that's best. Like, this is a whole scout report on the team. Especially if Ralph is cool with Ten Hag, which he is. Like, that can work. Like, I'm all for it. But yeah, I have no issue with what Van Gaal said. People open arms because it's international break. I'm not going to get upset about an ex-manager telling the truth. Now, if he lied on Manchester United, it's different. Like, if we were being successful, and then he said something like this, then I would look at it like, oh, he's being salty. Well, he's not telling the truth. There's a reason. Again, self-awareness. We talk about players having a lack of self-awareness. Fans mad at this have a lack of self-awareness. Why are you mad at man for telling the truth? Expect more from your club. Expect more from your players. You got Luke Shaw talk about, I don't feel loved. It's different at England. Go play for England permanently then. It's mad. It's mad. Because Nexus said it here. I did not know this. Speaking of Van Gaal, can we speak about Van Dijk complaining about playing in the back three? I did not know this. I don't watch international football like in terms of friendlies. Is this true? Have you heard anything about this, my G?
I ain't heard nothing about this, bro.
Right. Nothing about it. Big up, you hear me? Big up old Tang, who says everyone's mad at Van Gaal, but he's spitting facts. Yeah, and the thing is, he wasn't even disrespectful. Manchester United is a commercial club. That's part of the reason why our recruitment is so bad. That's part of the reason Ivorian touched on it. We concentrate on profits. It's all about being in the green and making money. That's a commercial club. We don't focus on success. It might be slightly changing now, but we haven't done, especially when Van Gaal was here. We didn't focus on success when Van Gaal was here or when Mourinho was here. Yeah. In the second interview for United, when he was the boss, he also said it would be difficult to focus on trophies and commercial as the club wants, but he thought he was doing up both. Yeah, it is what it is. And yeah, Jubadi, you got to it before I did. Right message, wrong messenger, because my man is just sounding bitter. How you hating outside the club when you can't even get in type of thing. Even though it is the right message, wrong messenger, I don't care about the messenger. What's the message? And he wasn't disrespectful to me. He was spot on. Big up Deals. He says, big up Flawless and Ivorian. I think all your players are arrogant. All they care about is money. See, I think that's too far. I don't think it's that. I think we give these players too much credit and say, oh, it's arrogance or they don't care or they're too arrogant or they're too confident or they're even though they do have a lot. These players are just not good enough. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. There's no sugarcoating it.
We make them arrogant as well on top of that. I've always said it before, like you look at when Rashford was handed the number 10 jersey, in my own opinion, I was like, he didn't work to get to that number 10 jersey. He hasn't done enough. He was just rewarding these players like that because of their talent. No. When they gave him 250 or 200k per week, I'm like, that's Harry Kane, 20 goals per season type of money right there when he's not getting that type of money. So when you're doing that, you're building their egos, you're building their ego, you're making them think, yeah, I'm the shit, bro. I'm on 250K a week, you know, and that kind of stuff. I'm the number 10 for Manchester United. Yeah, I am the shit when you're not the shit. So Manchester United are at fault for several players. Like one example, that guy that used that striker that's currently in that situation, when they gave him number 11, I was like too early.
Oh yeah, but that's
hasn't worked for it. You've only had 1 year here playing as full time. How are you gonna get that number 11 shot like that? You have to work for these numbers. You have to earn these stripes, you know, for you to get there. And Man United have just handed it too easy, giving players like Martial £250,000 a week when he doesn't even get 20 goals per season consistently, you know. You know, for example, Luke Shaw, almost on 200K. Yeah, where has he been for the last 7 years? Stuff like that makes them arrogant. Because our own club does that. That's on the club as well.
Yeah, absolutely, fam. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I say, I think people give these players, like, do the other things play a factor, like arrogance and things like that? Yeah, but these players are just not good. I think even with the right mentality, some of these players would struggle. Would they improve? Of course, performances improve with the right mentality, but some of these players just ain't that good. You bring in a proper manager now in your team. Now, do you think your players would listen? I believe some of them would, but a lot of them would get moved on. So when Manchester United are trying to go, a lot of these players get moved on. Simple as that. Because they're not good enough. And when I say get moved on, they either leave the club or become squad players. And that's not an issue. Similar, Klopp did it when he went into Liverpool. If you look at Klopp's first team, his first lineup and the squad he had, and now look at the team. How many of them players are left? You have to instill your philosophy, get your system, and see who can adapt to it. But whilst improving, like, these players are not good enough. That's why a lot of the players
and to add to that, these players themselves, you've already seen that with different type of managers, they're still not learning, still not doing exactly what they're meant to be doing, playing the football that you want to see. So clearly, it doesn't matter with a proper manager or not. With any manager, they just don't do it. So you need to get rid of them regardless. That's what I think.
Yeah, you're right. Deals also says, I think you're having Varane and Ronaldo that have won big cups at another club, Real Madrid. I think your other players got overhyped of them coming in. I don't think they did. I don't know where you've got that from, that they go overhyped. I don't see that. Like, Varane's actually been one of the few positives this season. Varane's one of the players I look at and go, yeah. You're a massive step in the right direction. Massive step in the right direction. If we go get another centre-back who's quality to play alongside him, that improves our defence and improves our whole team massively. It's a big help. It's a massive help. If we go sign a centre-back and a DM, improves us. Obviously, there's other places we need to improve as well, but I'm just saying. Like, we see Varane level up again if he has help, because, he's playing next to Maguire currently. Yeah, but one thing is telling the truth, and another is going out your way to discourage a potential manager who could end up doing legendary stuff at United and surpasses all that. Here's the thing that with Jabada, though. Here's the thing about that. Van Gaal's loyalty is not to Manchester United. Ten Hag's is done. He said this. That's his guy. So his loyalty is not to the football club and the company. That's like me working for a company, and I know what it's like. And then they go and approach Ivorian. If it's bad, I'm going to tell Ivorian, this ain't what you think it is. This, and this. Of course, because we're done. My loyalty is not to that company. My loyalty is to him. So it's the same. Like, it don't change just because it's professional football. He said he has my number. He can ring me if he wants. Of course, and I'm sure Ten Hag will as well. That makes perfect sense. Because my loyalty is not to Manchester United Football Club. That's what people need to realize. If he's not discouraging it, he's telling him what it is. If anything, that's Manchester United's fault. That's not Van Gaal's fault. To me, yeah, could he have maybe kept it private? Yes, I do agree with that. Maybe he should have kept it private. But at the end of the day, I got to tell my Don what it is, because it's potentially messing up your legacy. This is a bigger job than what you think it is. Fam. You might want to go to a football club and not a commercial club.
You get me? Florida Center out here doing G Neville's telling you, man, like, yeah, you're sick at this job, bro. Yes. When you're not, like, you get me? He's told me the truth, like, yo, this job's gonna ruin your career. And honestly speaking, that's the truth, man. No one can really hesitate to think that Van Gaal's being bitter, because Van Gaal, again, like I said, only telling the truth, and it's just warning Ten Hag, if you're gonna go to this job, you get prepared for this. He just wants to let man know, and then if he lets man know and man decides to actually go for the job, then exactly, he's been warned.
Yes, he's been warned. Yeah, he's just letting him know what it is, though. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure if they haven't had a conversation, they'll have a conversation at some point. I'm pretty sure of it. Yes, it's true. Van Gaal said Virgil has to understand the manager makes the decision on the formation and tactics, not the players. Van Gaal further said Van Dijk doesn't question Klopp, nor could he question him. Fair enough. Like, it is what it is, but that will happen, though. The thing is, at top level football, any level of football, because whether you play Saturday League, Sunday League, you play semi-professional, you play professional, or you play Premier League, Champions League, players are going to question managers. I've seen it happen. I'm not sure. I presume you played ball 11 aside at some point. Yo, I bet you've seen it, where I've seen players question the manager. I've had conversations with my teammates about managers. You know what I'm saying? And depending on where it's at, like the team I play for, I actually want to go back to. The manager's a former player, so we cool like that. So I'll always try and back him, but I hear it out in it. But I'm not one of those. But it depends. People are going to question it, of course, especially if results are not going right. For winning stuff, most people shut up. If you're not, you're going to get questioned. That's just what it is. Do you think your new manager that you're getting is accepting you're giving Bruno and Shaw and Rashford a new contract? Yeah, but just because they've been given new contracts doesn't mean they can't be sold, and it also doesn't mean that I have to play them. That's all that means. United are just trying to secure their bag, secure their fee. That's all that is. That's legit all it is. They're just trying to secure their fee. Because we've seen them give a new contract to Oli and sack him. They gave a new contract to Mourinho and sacked him not too long afterwards. So, but do I like it? No, it's terrible business. And this ties into what Van Gaal was saying. Why are Bruno, Shaw, and Rashford getting new deals?
Yep, that's true.
Why? To make sure we can sell them on. Luke Shaw, to me, Bruno, he's got still, I think his contract don't run out till, is it 2024? 25?
I think a couple of 3 or 4 years, 4 years left of his contract, something like that.
So why are we giving him? He's got 3-4 years. Why are we giving Bruno a new deal? Has Shaw's performances warranted a new deal? Have Rashford's recent performances warranted a new deal? No. So why are you giving? And this comes back exactly to what Van Gaal was saying: commercial. Let's make sure we can make money on these men. We don't want to lose them because we're going to lose Pogba, we're going to lose Lingard, we're going to lose Juan Mata, we're going to lose Cavani. All on freeze. United ain't trying to see that happen again. Because it is about making money. And this shows it. And this is what needs to change. Why are we concerned about losing Luke Shaw? Why are we concerned about losing Marcus Rashford? Why are we concerned with tying down Bruno's contract and it has 2, 3, 4 years left on it? I'm not 100% sure. Somebody please let me know in the comment. Why? I'm not no footballing guru. These are just bad decisions. This is just common sense. If Luke Shaw leaves, he's not going to a better club than Manchester United, even on a free. Nobody's paying him the money we are going to pay him. Nobody's paying Rashford the money we are going to pay him. Let Rashford go on a free. Let him find his way. And if he turns it around somewhere else, you just take the L. It's not that deep. We need to concentrate on Manchester United first. But what's your thoughts on this? Because the way we give out new deals is crazy.
No, you know what? I look at it 2 ways because I always play devil advocate as well in wherever I go in the discussion, because I was discussing with my friends in the group chat. Of course, you can always think about why are we giving out contracts so early when we don't have a manager in a situation, whereas players, like I said earlier on, have played extremely poor, have had a poor season, and you want to offer them a new contract. With Bruno Fernandes, what I'm understanding is that is to bump up his pay, so it can be as equivalent to most of the players, because apparently he earns less than Marcus Rashford and also Harry Maguire. So they want to secure him and make him feel happy and ensure that he stays for the long term as well. Luke Shaw, on the other hand, that hasn't been brilliant. Again, has been poor this season. Doesn't deserve a new contract. And Rashford doesn't deserve a new contract. That's Manchester United trying to secure these men's pockets. But at the same time, where I challenge other people, say, maybe Manchester United know who their new manager is. And because they had that discussion with that manager and they're probably going to go for him, maybe they said, is it okay if we renew these three players contracts. Would you be happy with that? Do you think you can work alongside with that? And they're speaking hypothetically, it could be potentially Ten Hag, because apparently they had an extremely good interview, good meeting. They spoke about everything, Ten Hag question about their budget, players, and etc. So you never know. In that discussion, they may have mentioned if it's okay to get Bruno a renewal, and do you like him? He may have said, yeah, I do. Like, it's fine, do your thing. That's one thing that I'd say. That's another aspect that where you guys can think about it. That's a question to other people as well that I've proposed. Do you think this may have happened? Whether they've asked Ten Hag, do you approve of these contract signings? So yeah, man, that's how I see it, man, with the situation. But at the same time, in my own feelings, I don't feel like anyone deserves a new contract. They don't deserve it. Manchester United, again, doing things without thinking. These players don't deserve a new contract. I'm not for it. Wait until next season.
You made a valid point, though, and we didn't look at it that way. And I just didn't look at it that way. And that is a very, very valid, it's a very, very great way to look at it. Maybe they have spoken to the new manager, whoever that is, and he's like, yeah, Bruno, Shaw, and Rashford, give them new deals. I'll work with them up until this point. Like, they are not the end game, but they'll be needed for now. They could be needed for a season. They could be needed for 2 seasons. Because this isn't Football Manager. This isn't FIFA. You're not going to get rid of 18 players and bring in 18 players. And we're already losing a lot of players in the summer just by free contracts. Just off free contracts, it's 4 or 5 players. So maybe it is squad depth. Maybe he goes, all right, Rashford I can work with. I want a new left back, but I want Shaw to back up that left back. Bruno I work with for the time being. Maybe it's that. I hope it's that. I hope they just haven't done this in a commercial sense, and it's a footballing decision. And even though it's a footballing decision I don't necessarily agree with, it's a footballing decision I can understand, as long as there's a long-term plan. I'm with it. Like, yeah, I'm going to keep Luke Shaw for a season. I'm going to keep Bruno for a season, Rashford, but then I'm looking to improve on, if they don't improve, I'm looking to move these players on and bring in better players, which is cool. Absolutely. Which is maybe. I don't mind any of these 3 really as squad players, apart from Shaw. But yeah, Rashford got to book up his ideas, though. Maybe. Maybe. Big up to Mohammed, who says, big up, lads, talking sense like usual. What does Luke Shaw have on these mans? You don't have anything. Big up to you, Mohammed. Appreciate the compliment as well. It's just bad decision-making by Manchester United. This shouldn't shock you. We know what we're like. We've been making bad decisions for years. This isn't new. This is the norm. Like, when we make a good decision, like the Ralph situation, it's more shocking. Like, oh, shit, we just made a footballing decision and planned short-term and long-term. Interim manager, view to a consultancy role for 2 years. Wow, United are thinking about the future. Mad. In a footballing sense, with someone who's actually got credentials and has done this in the past.
Yeah.
What doing?
That's the only positive thing.
Yeah, it's mad. Yeah, we do. Mohammed, this comes back. Man United should look at what Liverpool and City are paying their players. Yeah, this ties into Manchester United and our structure and us making that bell. This ties into that, having a wage structure. We got Real Zlatan in the cut who says, Shaw has 14 career assists and there's 200 bags a week, but he doesn't feel wanted apparently. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. Or did Patty just go for Ghana against Nigeria?
So apparently from what Keenan's saying. I need to figure it out for myself.
Big up to Zlatan, who says, even if they sign these contracts, I don't see how a player like Rashford works under Ten Hag. He's simply not intelligent enough. Ten Hag will want to succeed, so there's no room for dead weights. You know what it is, Real Zlatan? Even though I agree with you in terms of I don't see Rashford working under Ten Hag, it's just having a body. That's what it is. He might look at it and go, I just need a backup. Because it's a slow, like I was saying, it's a slow rebuild in terms of bringing players in and bringing players in and taking players out. You're not going to jump in and take 10 Hag's not going to like, all right, we getting rid of 16 players. Because if we got rid, between me, Ivorian, and you, Real Zlatan, I use us 3. If we got rid of all the players we didn't want, we wouldn't have a team. We'd have a 5-a-side team and a couple subs. Let's keep it real. I've been through this many a time in terms of the goalkeepers I'd get rid of 2 of the 4 fullbacks. Only one of them I'd have as fair choice. I get rid of all the centre backs apart from Varane and have Lindelof as backup. Look how we got in the team. I get rid of all the midfielders aside from Fred, Donny, and Matic, and only one of them I want starting. So we've got no goalkeeper. We got 1 centre back starting. We got 1 fullback. We got 1 midfielder, and we have 1 winger. That's 5. So we literally need, to me, this is my opinion on this. We need 6 first teamers. And then forget even behind the 6 first teamers, you then need squad players to back that up. You're not going to go in one summer and get 10 players, 11 players, 12 players. Unfortunately, I wish we could, but I don't. But I understand your overall point. Black Diamond says Shaw makes more than Trent, Reece, Cancelo. He's the highest paid left wing back in the Premier League. Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. Yeah, this is what fills me with hope. All he got a new contract and got sacked months later fills me with some hope. Yeah, because United don't plan to the end like that. It is. Oh, where did I get a sweater from? My aunt got it from me from my birthday, fam. Like a couple years back. That's where it is. That's where it is. My aunt just got it me. You know, I need to actually ring her still. But yeah, she got me. I was like, I like the color. Yeah, I'll run with this. So it is. Shout out my aunt, innit? That's where I got it from. So I don't know when she picked it up from, fam. Say that again.
So big up to your aunt still.
Yeah, my aunt on smoke with it and that. This was a couple years ago. She got me for my birthday. This corner blogger says, for a club that's run by bankers, they really don't know how to spend money wisely. Yeah, because they don't have the people in place. That's the issue they have. They don't have the people in place to make the footballing decisions. They've got non-footballing people making the decisions. And this is why you see so many bad footballing decisions being made. This is what it is. You lot continue to get your questions in before we close out the show. Please keep them Manchester United related. Also subscribe to Red United TV, which is Ivorian's channel. It's in the title. Click on the link and it will take you straight to his page. The live will keep rolling and then you can go subscribe to his channel as well. Black Diamond's not having it. He says Rashford and Bruno fully done. Yeah, the thing is, you know me, Black Diamond. We speak on a daily basis. You know I'm not a fan of Rashford or Bruno, but bodies are needed. You know what I'm saying in that? Like bodies are so it's like you can't get rid of 25 players like in one window. Unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to bring in 20, you got to maybe lose, you know what I'm saying? Lose 6, 7, 8 players and then bring in 5 or 6 and then go from there. That's what it is. Yeah, but the Bruno contract is wild. I don't know. Now, Ugly Gram, I'm not watching the Nigeria
Jollof Derby.
Man called it a Jollof Derby. Man, why?
Yeah, it's a Jollof Derby, bro. That's how we are, bro. That's what we're saying these days, bro. Jollof Classical as well, like. Big up to Nigerian Ghana, though. Obviously, my woman's Nigerian. I'm hoping that, she wins, but really and truly, I want to see her suffer and cry as well. So I'm big up my neighbors, Ghana.
I was gonna say that, because you said your other half is Nigerian. Do you want him to go out? Or do you want?
Yeah, because you know what? Yeah, because when my team is suffering, she's all up in my face, all up in my grill. Especially Man United or Ivory Coast. You know, suffering. She's all up in my face, talking shit. So I want to see her go through the same feelings. The other time I said, well, how about you sit down and watch Nigeria play Ghana so I can see you go through all the emotions? You're like, no. I can't do that. So do what you go through. No, you have to. Yeah. But yeah, big up, man. I hope Ghana wins, though. Literally hope Ghana wins and knocks out Nigeria. Just for bets.
Yeah, man. Bants, make sure you. That's funny. I would be on the same thing. I ain't gonna lie, fam. You know what I'm saying? I'd do the same ish as you. That's why I was like, do you want your partner's team to go out or not? Like, yeah. That's what I'm saying. That flawless Rashford's new contract supposed $300K a week. That's an expensive shite body. $300K a week, whether it is or not, that's stupid. But we know United make poor decisions. However, we still need the body. We need the body in that. As much as I'm agreement, I want Rashford to leave. It's highly unlikely in it. Like I said, we're not letting that many players go. We're not going to do that. Like, we're making the managers. A manager already has a tough job, and we're making it tougher. At least give him more bodies. Lose the players. You trim the fat gradually. You don't trim it all at once, man. It's a gradual thing. That's what it is. And you never know. Maybe he can get something out of a Rashford. We don't know this. Maybe he can get something out of a Bruno, out of a Luke Shaw, out of a Lindelof. This is like Klopp. When Klopp went into Liverpool, nobody thought Henderson was going to be a mainstay. Just saying.
It's true.
Because if Henderson was acting, we'd be talking about him like how we talk about Bruno and we talk about Shaw and we talk about Rashford. Oh, he needs to go when the new manager comes in if you want to be successful. Things change, even if it's as a squad player. Like, maybe. Go on, Ivorian. What was you saying?
No, I said, absolutely, you're right, bro. Because I remember Henderson being done out here when Klopp came in there. We was all dissing Henderson and all that stuff. saying, how can Liverpool spend that type of money on Henderson? He's moist, he's washing everything, and look at him now. Became captain and lifted the Premier League, lifted the Champions League, and is a name state at Liverpool. So yeah, and that's just called mentality that I want to get there and prove everyone wrong. Where some of our players don't want to be doing that; they just want to prove everyone right by just confirming that they're cowards. So yeah, that's what I want to say.
Nah, it's a Mazda. Oh, yo, right. He said that's the college I graduated from. Small world. That's crazy. From all colleges in the world, you know, man could have a jump run. That is a small world. That was meant to happen. That is nuts. Absolutely. RJ says, I know it's not United related, but Southgate is an overrated manager. Defensive and will never play all the techie ballers on the same pitch like Foden, Grealish, Sancho on the same pitch. Yeah, we know this, RJ. I've said this. England's biggest problem is Southgate. Are they weak in certain areas? Yes. But England's biggest problem is Gareth Southgate. Without question. Yeah, I'll let Ivorian answer this. So, Ivorian, are you actually Ivorian?
I'm actually Ivorian, and I'm rooting for my country to whoop England's ass, you know. Just get me in it. Like, today is 7:45. Guys, make sure you tune in. I don't know what channel it's on. Make sure you tune in Sport Ivory Coast, you know. Last time we played against France, against the country that colonized us, we were playing a little derby there. We lost to France 2-1. But I'm hoping that Ivory Coast can come and smash England so England can realize that they're not that great. But I know the truth. That England will win anyway. It is what it is.
Okay. So yeah, he is Ivorian. That's why I call him Ivorian, because he is actually Ivorian.
Definitely.
Yeah, Bruno's new contract is wild Black Diamond. Because we know Manchester United do bad business. Which striker do you want to see at Old Trafford next season as well as a DM? In terms of, I don't know. In terms of striker, I want the striker just to fit whoever the new manager wants, and he has to be young and just fit the system and the style we're trying to play.
I only have one striker in mind. I'll be honest with you.
Say again?
I'm trying to get the Viking up in here, bro.
Yeah. In the ideal world, I would take Haaland, didn't it? But it's not. But I'd still make an offer. I'd still put my hat in the ring. Yeah. I would still put my hat in the ring on 110%.
Can you imagine? Ashraf, how dare you say such thing? How can he tell us that Maguire will score against Ivory Coast and copy his ears and do a knee slide for fraud? Not against my team, not against my country, he'll do that. I don't want him to do that. You know how much of a slap in the face it is for me? The guy that don't rate Maguire and he scores against my country and copies his ears. I'm giving him potential abuse. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I would potentially abuse him. Not the worst abuse, but polite abuse. You get me?
Yeah, it's mad. But yeah, and as a DM, pick one. You got ample DMs to choose from. You got Basuma. I'd go get Basuma and Tielemans. That's just me though. I'd go get both of them. Why not? I'm playing them. But again, the reason why these questions are tough to answer because I don't know the style that the new manager wants to play. A Tielemans, a Basuma, a Haaland might not fit what he's trying to do. I just want the manager to have a clear idea and a clear identity. So we can now, I say this all the time, so when you see a player play for another team, you can say, oh, he's a Manchester United player. He fits what we're trying to do. And there's a penalty in the game as well. I'm not sure who to, but there's a penalty in the game.
I wonder what channel this is on.
Oh yeah, but yeah, DM, yeah, like there's ample. Take a Basuma. Take Basuma and Tielemans.
DM.
Yeah,
so for me, saying DM. I really want the Declan Rice. DM wise, I'm so for Declan Rice.
You for Declan Rice? Opinion. Okay.
Not for the price that they're quoting him for, but definitely for a cheaper price. I'm a fan of Declan Rice. Like I've been a fan for quite a while. I've watched him develop. I watched him grow and said, yeah, you know what, yeah. He needs that next step up, you know, to actually solidify his game and get himself up there. And Manchester United would be a good move. But again, with plenty of players, if we don't have the right structure, the right managers, all these players just swim. They swim. They just sink at Manchester United. So it doesn't matter. Another DM to Shiliman is a decent option as well. I was so upset with Camavinga. But yeah, Basuma, good option as well. If we're gonna sign a DM, definitely has to be someone, in my opinion, that has some sort of Premier League experience or some sort of experience in a physical league. It doesn't matter if it's not league; it could be the German league. The German league is quite physical as well, so we definitely that. So yeah,
You broke up
and
there a bit. Say
also
that again, fam. You broke up a
we
bit.
want
Say that
player
last bit
midfield,
again.
Jude Bellingham.
Jude Bellingham. Okay.
What? Sorry about
Yeah.
that. Sorry about the internet.
You
One
broke that
player
last one, fam.
that I would want,
Okay.
but he doesn't play holding midfielder. But Jude Bellingham.
Because again, this all ties into, is the manager trying to play
that's
2 6s? Is he trying to play a 6 and 2 8s? Like all these, is he trying to play a back three? All these things are variables. But the reason why I said Tillemans and Basuma, because I think they just complement each other in a double pivot. So I'd like to see it. And they're both Premier League proven. So you don't have to worry about them settling in. I think Tillemans is available on a free. Basuma's not going to cost what Rice would cost. Because Rice, I do think Rice is a good player, but just not for 150 million. I don't want to spend 150 million, 100 million on. Like if he was like 60, like, all right, 60, I'd be like, yeah, cool. But 100 million, like, no, I'm not seeing 100 million. All right, that's just me though. And Real Zlatan says the French league is the best for DMs. United need to explore that market. They need to explore that market anyway, because the amount of French talent that is being produced over there. Why have you just not Why have you not just gone and set up a scouting network over there and go scout the best talents all throughout the leagues, not just League One, the league below as well? Because it seems Clairefontaine is just producing talent upon talent upon talent. Every time I hear about a new youngster, he's French. So go and deal with that.
Especially DM French. Most of the DMs that we've been hearing of the past few seasons have been from the French league. So yeah, we definitely have to scout there, but we're not smart enough to do stuff like that. You know how we are. You know, Man United only look at players that got X amount of followers. Does that DM have X amount of followers? Then we don't want him. That's what they say. You know, to look at players like Casemiro, because Casemiro's got 14 million followers or something like that, and say, yep, definitely want him. We know that he's a quality player. So yeah, man, definitely, guys. With the Declan Rice, again, I don't know what West Ham are doing to value a player of Declan Rice for 150 million. Like, really, are they gonna do what Aston Villa do with Jack Grealish on us? On top of that, with Manchester United, we understand the English tax. Again, with Manchester United, there's always a dickhead tax on top because we are dickheads in the transfer windows. So they always add both elements. English tax and dickhead tax. So I can understand the 150 million because they feel like if they sign Maguire for 8 million, they'll definitely want Declan Rice for 150. And that's the problem right there. But Declan Rice, 60, 70 mil, in my own opinion. Nothing more than 70 million at stretch because everything else is a bump.
Yeah. Right. I don't understand what Rice has done to deserve 150 million price tag. He's a good player, but it's not like he's won multiple titles and cups. That's from Old Town. It's because the English tax on. As soon as a player plays well at a certain level and he's English, his price is going to get bumped up 110%. If Basuma was English, his price is getting bumped up 100. This is why Maguire went for 80. This is why Chilwell went for 60. This is why Drinkwater went for big money. Like the likes of Ross Barkley, that's the only reason. It's like it adds onto it, not the only reason, but it plays a major part and it's a major role. Absolutely. The DM should have already been bought in the summer or January, but incompetence or either lack of knowledge or wanting more dividends in the Glazers' pockets, one of the two. It's just lack of incompetence, RJ. That's all it is. It's just United being United. Flawless Ivorian, would you take Bowen for England? He's been classed this season. No, I wouldn't take him, Ashraf. Simply because tying into what we were saying about price tag. If we're going to go get a right winger from the Premier League, I say go get Rafinha. I'd go get Rafinha. That's me, though. I'd 110%. Like, even whether if he gets relegated ahead, his release clause is 25 million. Go get Rafinha. Even if he doesn't go down. Other people have mentioned the lease. A lot of people on this channel have mentioned the lease from Palace. I've not seen enough of him, but I'd go get Rafinha. 25 million. You know, Bowen's more, at least double that. So, yeah, would you take Bowen?
No. I wasn't even thinking about Bowen. Bowen's not the first thing in my mind. No Man United fan wakes up and says, yeah, let's go for Bowen, bro. Nah. But yes, Rafinha, 25 million, that sounds like a true bargain to me, you know.
Yeah.
Because I know that he'll be either become a first-team player or a very good squad player, whichever way, because he's got that potential to get there. But for that money, that's a smart signing right there. I can't believe Man United don't look at stuff like that. what's going on down there? But definitely back to Ashraf, bro. I don't know where you come up with the Bowen situation. I don't know where you got that from, bro. That's embarrassing. I'm sorry, man. I'll be honest with you. I don't mean to big you down like that, bro. Nah. But yeah, sorry about that. Flawless.
It's cool, man. It's all good. Ugly Graham says, "But flawless. If Ten Hag comes in, Donny is playing. Man was the first guy to bust him into the first team. Yes, but there's no reason why you couldn't play Tillemans, Basuma, and Donny. I like that as a midfield three. Works for me. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Basuma doing what he does, Tillemans playing from deep, and then a free roll for Donny. I'm cool with that. 100%. One done says, flawless, I'd love to France DM over Rice. Please, no Rice for me. Yeah, I ain't trying to see Rice come in. Yeah, that's what I said, Black Diamond. If they get relegated, his release clause is 25 mil if they get relegated. But even if they don't, I'd still go and sign him. If they said, 60 million, I'd go pay 60 million for Rafinha. He's worth 60 M's. 100%.
He's a good prospect, man. I can see him doing okay or good at Manchester United.
He fits the bill to me. Fits the bill to me, but we move. But yo, we're gonna close out the show, people. We'll be back tonight. NBA watch along, the Lakers versus the Pelicans, 12:30, I believe. So we'll be back. Check that out. It's on the upcoming live stream schedule. Go check out the rest of it. I've done it all the way up until Sunday, so you can see. And then obviously, don't forget, we will be moving to Twitch. So there is going to be a Sarcasm City shake up. So all the NBA watch alongs, all the non-Manchester United Premier League watch alongs, all the Champions League watch alongs, all the FA Cup watch alongs will be going over to the Twitch. And then coming from the Twitch will be the gaming. So the GTA, if we do get back on FIFA, that will be coming over onto the YouTube, people. Everything else I've not mentioned will stay where it is. So ManDem United will stay here on the YouTube every Tuesday, every Thursday, people. But yeah, Black Diamond, if he's 75, cool. I think he's worth 75 mil. That's calm. I'd pay that for a proven Premier League winger. He's been playing in that team. I'll take Rafinha in a heartbeat. In an absolute heartbeat. 75 mil. Yeah, slap them down and go take Leeds' best player. No issue with that. But yo, Ivorian, always good having you on. Anything you want to add, and let them know where they can find you as well before we leave.
Obviously, guys, you can always subscribe to Red United TV. Just switch over, click the links, the hyperlink, whatever you want to click on, and subscribe to Red United TV. And if you want to follow the official Instagram account of Red United TV, which is Red United TV 1, and also if you want to follow me personally, Ivorian_Spice, same for IG and also Twitter. But yes, do catch up with the watch along that's coming this Saturday for the game against Leicester. Hopefully Manchester United get some 3 points at 5:30. So yeah, that's all, man. And then again, catch me next time. Of course, you'll see my face once again. But big up Flawless for having me, and big up to you guys who are tuning in. Remember to subscribe, smash that like button, and also remember to share, because sharing is actually caring, guys. It's free as well.
Yes, facts. So like Ivorian said, you know where to find him. Just click the link in the title. It's literally in the title, people. Love to everyone that's locked in. Like I already stated, we're back tonight, NBA watch along. So we're going to keep the content rolling. And the ManDem United podcast will be back Thursday, 5 p.m, people, where we'll be discussing all things Manchester United. And this has been the ManDem United podcast on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning